I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through him who gives me strength.
Everyone knows Philippians 4 verse 13. I can do all things or all this through him who gives me strength. It's famous. But Paul's lead-in line is less well known.
I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want.
He's not promising that you will never be in need. He was. You will be. Verse 19 famously says that God will meet all of your needs according to his glorious riches in Christ Jesus. Well, God can't meet needs if you don't have needs. What he's saying is that nothing is going to stop him from doing what Christ wants him to do and what Christ wants to do in him.
There's a secret, says Paul, to being content with what you have. It's a secret that needs to be learned. Paul suggests that took for him a bit of time.
So Paul grew up in a wealthy family, and being in need or being hungry or being in want were not things that he had experience with.
I don't think it's the kind of secret that someone can share with you and you will just know. I think it's the kind of secret that you learn by experience.
It's the secret of happiness to be happy with what you have. If you're always looking at what you don't have, at what other people have, or what it is that you want to have, happiness will always be out of your grasp.
We always think that when we get what we want, we will be happy. The funny thing is that if you're not happy now with what you have, the chances are you're still not going to be happy when you get whatever it is that you think is going to make you happy. Happiness is inside of you.
Now, I'm not saying that you should not be ambitious. You should. I want everything that God has for me. And if content here means things never changing, that would be a terrible thing. There are certainly some status quos that should not be accepted. But the future starts with being content now. Now is the only place you can start.
So when the better job comes along, well, take it. But in the meantime, be content with what you have. When the better TV or the house or the car or the boat comes along, but for now, be content.
Enjoying tomorrow starts with being content now.
So look at what you have, even if it's not what you want, and give thanks to God for it. Be grateful for it. When you do this, you may find your attitude changes. You might find that doing this opens you up for the more that God has for you.
But I think the secret is not just about being grateful. I think it's about making the most of what you already have.
Jesus said at the end of the parable of the talents, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things, and I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness."
So take what you have, the few things that you have, and make the most of them. Use them for God and for others, friends, family, strangers, and yes, even yourself.
Better to have half a talent that gets used than 10 that gather dust.
So learn the secret of being content. And you might just find that it leads really well to doing all things through him who gives you strength.
Oh, am I starting?
That's the way we did it.